Welcome back to Sports with the Girlies for the Girlies. I'm Dr. Gardner. The real ones call me Dr. G. First off, we have Big Claude. Big Claude, Big Claude, Big Claude. How are you feeling, Big Claude?
I'm feeling really good. I'm having a great day, to be honest.
I
In
love
high
to hear it.
spirits.
I love to hear it. I love to hear it. And C, how are you feeling today?
I feel great.
Okay,
I feel great. I'm ready
confidence.
for the season to start.
Ooh,
I'm ready for some action. To be
Hopefully some
entertaining.
drama. Hopefully some drama. We'll see.
oh my gosh. I already know there will
And
be.
yeah, I know. And we also have Marley. And y'all gotta help us. What are we calling her? Big Claude had an idea. Money
Guys.
Mar.
Money Mar is the move, I feel.
Money Mar.
No
She did
confidence
say that
again.
with confidence.
She
We
doesn't,
have to work on
like,
that.
I need, like, excitement. Like, I'm Money Mar. Like, you have to live up to the name. Like, the thing is, like, any nickname, I feel like you're not living up to them.
Okay, you're right. Okay. What's up? I'm Money Mar. Period.
Oh, God.
Hey!
It's okay. We'll work on it. We'll
We'll
work on
get
it.
there.
I love.
We'll
You
get
know,
there.
I think you thought that doing this was gonna fix it. You know,
And it
but
didn't.
I need a little bit more conviction. I need a little bit more conviction. Okay, so it's all right. We have another week to practice. But y'all,
Fine.
it's so much going on in women's basketball world, and I
That's-
want to start off with talking about us giving a recap of the WNBA draft.
Oh, I'm so excited. I love the draft. I was sitting in class, I had to turn it on. I was so antsy and ready to see what happened.
Wait, did you
And
watch the
every-
draft
and-
in class?
Well, so I had 30 minutes left of class and I had to turn it on.
Okay.
It was one of those classes where everyone had to know what was going on the draft anyways.
I understand. You know, I taught last night and I absolutely had the draft sitting next to my
100%.
teaching screen. So, understood.
100%.
Understood. But
I
what
do
did you
wish-
love? What did y'all love?
Well, I'm just really excited for the Dallas Wings. Like, I'm really
Yeah.
amped up about the Dallas Wings and everything that's going on down there. And I wish I was there just to watch and be a part of it. But I'm not. I'm visualizing
Are
it.
gonna be so just full of energy next season.
Oh, so much energy, so much aura all down in one. It's fantastic. It's
You are
fantastic.
such an aura girl. You are. If there is a team that has aura, you're there. And
I am.
I mean, and Enrique and Paige, they are going to. I think they're going to give us some big
Hot
numbers.
combo.
Very.
Hot and
It's a
heavy
spicy
combo.
combo. Yes.
But it's like a lethal combo, like lethal
Mhm.
combo. Very lethal to everyone.
I know
Like-
Enrique's happy.
I would be happy if I was
I
Enrique
would
too.
be happy too if I was Enrique.
I'm just a big Enrique fan already as is, so like also adding Paige, it's like a double homicide for me. It's really fantastic.
So,
Lethal combo.
so do you think they're going to do numbers next season? Are you booking it? Okay.
100%. Their draft class was stacked. The roster was already stacked. It just got more stacked. Madison Scott, that was a heavy hitter for me. Who else did they draft towards the end? JJ Quinterly from West Virginia. I thought that was a good pick. I really just think that they have a lot going for them. Isaiah James,
Mhm.
another heavy hitter. Really great draft class, I think.
So since you think that they drafted so well and that's going to impact them, if there's 44 games in the WNBA season, how many wins will the Dallas Wings have?
36.
Okay, you're talking best team in the league type.
Yeah. 36. Confidently 36.
Money Mar, do you see that confidence? That's what we need.
Right.
That's what we're looking for.
We are looking for this. But I
Yeah.
really think 36 is a solid out of 44. I feel like that's doable.
I have faith in them. I feel like if they play well together, if they mesh well together, then everything will roll out
I
for
think
them.
the only way things go wrong is if for some reason something doesn't mesh. But I really don't see that happening with this team. Like it's a lot of like players with the same mentality, I feel like. and just the same vibes and like same values. And I feel like they're gonna mesh well together. So I'm hoping
I
it
agree.
goes
Now
well.
I don't know much about their coach, Coach Chris. I don't know
I
much about
don't
him,
either.
but I think he's going to play a big role in their success. This is going to
Yeah.
show me what kind of coach he is, because anybody can coach Enrique. They struggle. They clearly didn't have much of a team. But now that you have a squad, can you
Heavy
coach
squad.
this team to a win? Exactly, to wins. So I'm interested to see what Coach Chris is going to cook up, because if they don't make it work, I'm blaming him.
Yeah. I feel like when you have this many, it's kind of like you can kind of compare it to the Brooklyn Nets, like when they had KD, Kyrie, and James Harden, I think it was, and that didn't work. That could be a similar situation here if that doesn't work, because you have everyone you need to win. I think they're going to win the championship this year. Like, is that too far to say?
Book it early.
Yeah, I'm also on that as well.
So 36, 37 wins, WNBA championship, Paige rookie season.
Well, yes, rookie of the year too.
Okay.
I have a lot of high hopes for that team. Like, very high hopes.
I hear. But so what was y'all's biggest surprise from the draft?
Sedona not getting drafted.
Well,
you were can we say that for a second? Can we say that for a second? Sedona didn't get drafted. Can we just be excited about that? Just first things first. A win is a win.
A win for the girlies. A win for the girls. I will say, though, as the night progressed, I just continued to be more like, there's no way any of these players are sitting there that are already on these teams and haven't said something to their coaching staff or to their front office to be like, I don't want to play with that girl. Like, don't draft her. Like, we don't want to play with her.
Hopeful. I'm very hopeful that's what happened.
And then
I feel like it is.
The big screen, that was a really bad picture.
It was a really rough image of her. God.
It was so bad. Like, just putting on blast her age, like injury history. Oh, she has multiple allegations from several people. Hey.
It's just very embarrassing, to be honest. Like, imagine just sitting at home and you're like, yay, maybe I'll get drafted, like, and that's what happened. It's just honestly rough. It's embarrassing.
But you know what? I don't care. I don't care that it was embarrassing for Sedona Prince.
I saw something about Haley Van Lith, like, she's been trying to avoid her. Like, she doesn't interact with her, like, she doesn't post things about her, she doesn't congratulate her, like, she doesn't speak about anything in the media regarding her. So she's, like, been trying to, like, separate herself from Sedona for a while now. Well, that's yes, smart. Bless her soul, because she didn't get wrapped up in that.
Smart. But yeah, I'm shocked that Sedona didn't get drafted. I'm also shocked that the Frenchman went second. Well, who was the freshman? I mean, I'm sorry, the Frenchman.
I have no idea. Her name?
I will say...
Her name is Dominique Malonga. I've never seen her before.
She's been a powerhouse for their national team.
I feel like maybe I've seen her on the national team. Okay. She's 6'6" and can dunk, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, I saw that video too.
And I was like, wow. Forget about me not knowing who this is. She can dunk, and that is enough.
And dunk with authority, not I barely grazed the rim.
But it's also like without any beats being skipped. She just throws it down.
And that's what Candace Parker said was going to start happening. Remember when Shaq told Candace that the WNBA needs to lower the rims? She said, just give the WNBA a couple of years and you'll see we'll be dunking. And look, already.
Right. And I'm excited.
I know. I would love to see a good little dunk in a WNBA game.
See, I've seen a couple and they're just really trash. I'm not going to lie, the ones that I've seen. It's embarrassing.
I know, that's what I say. I really hope, because I've seen Brittany Griner dunk. Her dunk is kind of a little anticlimactic. She kind of just, like, places it in the basket. I kind of need, like, a boom right on top of somebody.
Yeah, like I need someone to drive down the lane and like take a charge, and yeah, like I need that. It'll amp the whole thing up. I feel like that's where beef will start. I feel like
Yep.
it's where things get hot. Teams like getting it. Wow, I'm really living for it. But I feel like it's coming now with this draft class. I feel like with the younger girls.
I hope so. I just hope that it's like speaking of beef and all that, I just hope that whoever the marketing teams are, I hope they are able to push the narratives that they need to push, and like put out what they need to put out so that the media can keep up with the WNBA, because
That's why I'm worried about Dallas, because the coach is one thing, but I'm worried more about their front office because they've historically struggled when it comes to really highlighting the talent that they have there.
I know.
And with so many big names coming in, like they were all for Paige all day long. All you saw was Paige after Paige after Paige all over their social media. We get it. You're drafting her. We got it. Yeah, that's not going to carry through to the season, I feel. And that's my concern. Like, how can you keep up that momentum in a way that's, one, spread across your entire team, but two, actually pull people in, and they just haven't been able to do that before. And I don't know if that's magically going to change now, but it needs to.
I think their media team sucks, and it always has. But I do think that due to who they have brought in, I think their media it will just get better instantly. Like Dejanay has a huge presence online, Paige huge presence online. I feel like just with the two of them, it's a lot of online media presence, which I think will be good. I do think, though, last night, from what I did see, with some of their posts, they look very visually appealing, and it looks good. So I feel like they're trying, which is all we can ask for at this point.
But I feel like they always kind of try on draft night.
Mm-hmm.
Right,
and then when
right.
we get to the actual season, it's really bad. And like really going back to what Catherine, y'all know how we feel about her, said I think it's yesterday, whatever day that was, and I only saw the clip, I didn't see the full video.
That
so
really riled me up.
Yeah, if there's better context, y'all gotta let me know. Clearly, Unrivaled got A+ in every category. So
yeah, and
they're
then she just had so much audacity to like rip them. I was like, "Who are you?"
In its first year, this is something new. You need to uplift each other,
uplift and elevate. Like what? And she just had all the bad to say. I was like, "Wow!" Like that was wow.
So much unnecessary shade. First of all, they're asking you, hey, you saw how successful Unrivaled was. What can the W take from Unrivaled? And it's like she was offended, essentially.
Yeah,
them
and she was
asking her
just
the
like,
question.
oh, like, I don't even know. Like, they only get, like, 800 fans. Like, we get, like, 17,000 a game. And I'm like, what? I was like, first of all, there's not 17,000 people coming to any of your games. Relax.
That's not the point.
Relax.
That's the point.
Maybe one or two of the games.
Only in Miami, too, by the way.
Right. Like, they have fans flying in. Like, she was like, yeah, they have fans flying in, and that is exactly the point. There's fans flying in.
That's a good thing, Kathy.
Right. Like, hello.
So, yeah, I just hated how she answered that question because she could have answered it with so much grace, but that just shows where her mindset is.
It's just
her
like
mindset.
How immature she is to be in the position that she's in.
God.
And first of all, if any commissioner or leader has the right to be upset about Unrivaled, it's the leader of AU. Let's start there.
Start there.
Because they ran at the same exact time. They lost a lot of their top players. A lot of media outlets stopped covering AU to focus on Unrivaled. If anybody has a bone to pick, it's AU, first of all. Second of all, Unrivaled is not stepping on your toes. Like, they're actively trying to not step on your toes. They could have. They chose to be
They could have stomped her out.
And make sure they didn't overlap with the W season and they didn't pull too much from the W. But they could have completely unraveled your league if they
fully.
wanted.
I honestly
and they
think
still can. Like, it's
I
still
really think what would have been so hot is if they actually ran that during the WNBA season to see how many women did not play in the W and played.
That would be a power move. That would have been
power move, especially after that comment last night, because I would pull that out.
Oh yeah. And I also hated how she said, yeah, they're growing women's basketball in a different way. They're growing women's basketball, period. Like, what are we doing? What are we
Oh my
doing, Kathy?
gosh. She's so uncultured. It's so it's like
now
unflat.
is not
It's
the
so
time to
bad.
be petty. Now is not the time to be petty.
Especially at the draft, though. Like, I don't understand. Like, you were in a full press conference at the draft and you had nothing good to say about Unrivaled, which is where your number one pick is actually just signed a deal with. Like, I don't understand what she has going on or what vendetta she has against every single player in her league.
Every
It's just
single player.
embarrassing. It's really every single
one.
one.
Was fire.
Except
I'll
Caitlin
give
Clark.
This suit was kind
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I explain her.
Oh wait, so she said her fit was fire?
Whose?
It was fire for her.
I agree. The thing is, watch this. I felt the same way, but I was scared to say it because we don't speak well of Catherine on this show. We don't speak well of Kat on the show. But I was like, wait a minute, is that pink? Is that like a linen? Like, what's the fabric?
Right.
And the gold? Okay.
The shoes too. I was like,
guys,
I'll give you.
She didn't pick it out on her own. Let's be serious.
No. I get that, but
she said no credit.
Catching up a little bit. The hair could have been a little different.
She knew she had to come back from the finals incident with that dress.
She had some lashes on that threw me off. She was trying to, keep up with the kids. I don't know if it worked out the way she wanted it to, but it was a little
publicity stunt, please.
The outfit was a publicity stunt.
Yes, it's just all like fabricated. Everything that comes out of her mouth is a fabricated story. I don't buy any of it. I really just explain her, like when I explain her to other people, I just say that she's like Caitlin Clark, but the commissioner, but she doesn't play. Like she's just exactly like Caitlin Clark. Everything that you may think about her is Kat.
That's facts.
It's Kat and Kat, so let's be for real.
I agree.
Or Kate and Kat, but it's the same thing.
But can we go back to the fits, though? Can we go back to the fits?
The fits were fire.
Oof. The fits were fire. There was one who really bothered me, though, and I wanted to her side because we have the same last name. But Sanaya Rivers, I don't know what was up with the fit.
Is that the white fit? The white one?
It was the white fit with the belly out. It was a lot going on. I feel like if the belly wasn't out, maybe it could have passed for me, but it was too many moving parts.
I felt like, it was a little bit much going on. Like the long sleeve, then we had the short sleeve, and then we had the belly out.
Like it was half a vest, half a jacket, but also
and then it was like flowy.
Is out.
Yeah, no.
But also like my pants are cargo pants and I have chains on. It was a lot of different styles.
And then her hair was red. I was like, this is a lot.
Like it's too many statement pieces in one outfit.
Yeah.
Personally.
Yeah, like she was trying to make too many statements. Like her hair was red. Then we had like this crazy fit. It was just a lot going on.
Too much, but I admire the boldness.
Oh, 100%.
She gave us a style. I don't know if it worked out.
But at least she gave us a style. Because who didn't give us a style? Paige.
Haley Van Lith.
Van Lith.
Paige went all black, but I will say I like the two outfits. I like the switch up.
I guess I only saw one. What color was
like them.
The second one was black too, but it was more form-fitting.
Well, the first one was like brown, I thought.
Brownish, yeah.
Or burgundy-ish. I like the fits, but really, like, I felt like we could have done a little bit more here.
Yeah.
It was a little bland. Like, I was like, you really popped off last year and you weren't even getting drafted, and then now you just...
Paige.
But
I really do think her outfit from last year was so much better, like the white.
I agree.
I just think that she thought she was elevating it by making everything sparkly, and it was just like, yeah, but like, you'd know.
It's giving like country star going to a music award. Yeah. That's the vibe that I got.
Yeah.
AZ 8 though. Where her little
AZ did.
I really like AZ.
Guys, her hair was so good. It was so good. Flat, nothing, not a
the
hair
same style as your hair.
Yeah, but there was nothing out of line. It was perfect. It was flat, straight down. There was nothing. No flyaways, nothing missing. Everything was on point. She looked fantastic at the table.
First of all, Big Claw, you said no flyaways. The fact that you know what a flyaway is, that's why you're my girl.
I'm just tapped into the culture. I'm tapped in. What can I say? Unlike some other people we know, we won't name any names.
We don't need to name Caitlin Clark. But what I will do is talk about, again, first things first. I want to go back to the fit because Anissa Morrow, I think she ate. I love the leather.
Period.
I loved her outfit. I'm so happy for her too.
Me too. I was nervous about her draft spot because you know how she's been treated throughout her career.
Well, yes. I thought she was going to go to the Valkyries, but I'm actually glad where she ended up because I feel like she now is going to make a name for herself.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like she's always lived on the outskirts of the spotlight with Angel and Flau'jae, but I think now it's her time to shine. And I think she will, in Connecticut especially.
Yeah, I think she'll flourish in Connecticut as well. I really love that. All right, who else do y'all think ate? Because I really have Anissa Morrow. That was my top.
Kiki's, like the gold.
People love Kiki.
Gold dress.
It was giving prom for me, personally.
I like Kiki's, but it was just like it matched her really well. Like, it went really well with her skin tone. Like, I think it looked really good. I do think, though, like, she could have popped off a little bit more.
A little more, right. I agree. I sometimes just want a little more from them. And because I know they have it in them.
Well, I know she has it in her. Like, she is a tall girl. Like, it could have really, like, something with the legs. Like, she could have gave us something really good, and I feel like she missed the bar a little bit on it.
A leg moment would have been good. Yeah. I like your vision there. I feel
like she had it. She was there, but she didn't take that extra step. She had the vision, though.
It's giving prom.
I agree. I actually think the WNBA, they need to get like a stylist sponsor. I don't know if they already have one, but it's not working. And so I need them to really get in the African American culture.
Some of the outfits, like, it looks like everybody's dressed for like a different occasion almost.
Exactly.
It's some people that are dressed like super formal. It's some people that's giving like regular outfits. Some people it's giving like, I'm just about to go out on the town or something. Like, can we be a little bit more cohesive? I guess
no shade on my white girls, but a lot of them really did not pull it through.
I feel like Georgia looked pretty good, but really also she was styled by Russell Westbrook, so how could she not?
Yeah, but I did give that to her. Like, I mean, like, she had to collaborate with him. Like, I will give her that outfit. Like, that was a good outfit.
It was a solid choice.
A lot of the girls were initially styled by Coach, which I think would be a good sponsor for the W. But you know, I don't know what we're doing as always.
Yep.
Just we're marking off everything but what we need to mark off.
Haley also didn't do it for me. I did love her hair, though.
Haley is just...
her photo booth pictures were fire, though.
Her photo booth pictures were fire, but that's because it's the photo booth. Everyone looks better in the photo booth.
Yes, absolutely. I agree.
I will say, yeah, Haley has really just thrown me off for the last few years now. And I've been watching her since high school, and we've spoken about this a lot. The Louisville situation, then this, like, LSU situation, which, by the way, is, like, revamped in Chicago now with Angel, and then this TCU situation. So I don't know if this is, like, now she's about to have her comeback season or, like, semi-comeback, but her last night really threw me off. I don't know. Like, I thought she was on her way back after that TCU, like, huge ending. Yeah. And then last night I was just like, the way she was speaking, I don't know. I was just really thrown off by everything that was going on with her. And Jalen Suggs, it's just too much for me.
It's so odd to me. I'm sorry, I don't mean to talk about people's situations, but that's a little odd to me. It's always been.
They used to date like a while ago.
Really? I didn't know that.
Well, yeah, they're former relations and now they're like real relations again, so I don't know. See, it's again just all throwing me off.
Chaos. But one thing she will always say, it's because of God that she is that got her through, that pushed her through. Shout out to Big Jesus, because she said it's because of God that she got pushed through.
And I love God as well, but like she cannot use that for everything. I'm sorry, but like you cannot use that for everything.
For every question. I mean, she does kind of use that in every response. Listen, I'm going to shout out Big Jesus every time, too.
Me too.
But not every question. Answer the question, my dear.
Like, it's like she's sitting at the press conference and she's just like, thank you, Lord. Like, I'm just like, I got it. Like, we know. Like, we know how you feel because we get it. But it was like, I was like, okay, this is, again, another weird scenario with HVL, as always.
Yeah.
It was giving pop star.
Mm.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
But like an up and coming pop star, not even a pop star that's made it like this your first award show type of.
Yeah. That's
100%.
really
That was like a really good comparison, like 100%. 100%.
Grinding, yeah, that is what it. So what I'm hearing is that essentially the WNBA draft, they need to have like a theme like the Met Gala. You know, you go in knowing the theme. And boom, we're coming with the theme. I think that's a good strategy.
I feel like feel like they need to let them know who they're inviting earlier than they do.
Yeah.
Because they need time to actually be able to get their stuff together. You can't just like launching this last
Well, wait, when did they launch it? They didn't launch that in advance a little bit?
They do, but it's like 2 weeks, 1 week.
Oh,
they do it every year, but it's like, that's not enough.
It's always, it's because Kathy's doing, you have to understand the turnaround is crazy.
I really do want, I want that WNBA Essentials hoodie that they all wore.
Yes. Yes.
I also want different colors. Like, okay, it was the gray. It was the gray. I'm like, can we just have another?
Okay, yeah.
Can I get an orange? Can I get a blue? Can I get a green? Can I get a pink?
All of them are gray. Why? Yeah. I would prefer black, honestly. But
a black. I would have. But the gray, it just. I like the hoodie. I mean, I like the sweater, but you know, and I'm happy for the collab. Essentials, we thank you. But we're women. Can we have some sexy colors?
Right, because where did gray come from?
This is not time for a grout fit.
Right.
For a grout fit.
They somehow, like, they missed the mark on everything. I don't know how. Like, I really don't know how it's possible with how many people are like, you have missed the mark on everything.
It should be studied.
You shouldn't have to spell it out. I feel like it's like...
But it, like, is getting spelled out for them, so I don't understand.
Every single time.
You know it's bad. What'd you say about Kathy?
She can't read, clearly.
But, like, it's so bad that somebody in the media had to talk about it. Like, that's how you know it's bad.
Guys, did you hear about, like, they pronounced, like, Cheyenne Sellers' name wrong, or, like, they called her something else, like, on the carpet, and, like, it was on TV, and, like, they had the wrong name under her name, and then under, Sanaya Fagan's name, they had, like, Notre Dame and not, South Carolina, and I was just like,
which is such a small thing to get right, and so disrespectful.
But it's like, how are you missing the mark on live television? You can't, like, it's not that hard to get, you invited, like, 20 girls, you can't figure out which one you're talking to?
Yeah, it's a problem. Now, is that ESPN or is that the W?
Well, I think it's the W.
Play both.
Well, I think the interview part was definitely the W.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, who are you hiring to speak to these people? And one of them was Rakia Jackson, and she said the wrong name too, and I was like, come on.
And talking about who's interviewing them, okay, I'm a little tired of Holly Rowe, personally. Love, I'm here for women.
Hot take.
Hit it.
I feel like it's a little bit of a hot take because I like Holly Rowe, but I understand where you're coming from at this point. Like, I feel like we have seen her face one too many times. I need someone younger. I'm sorry.
Especially with the younger generations coming in. Like, Holly Rowe is not the expert on everything, and I really need the W to realize that she is not the expert on everything. And, like, this was something that people talked about a lot during the 2020 Wubble season when they would have her leading all these interviews about racial justice. And it's like, bro, you have Black content creators. Like, you have people who could be leading these conversations. Why is Holly doing this?
Because it's just the W.
I myself asking that. Because we get it. She's been here forever. We love our veterans. You know, we talk about that all the time. We need to appreciate those people who open those doors. But she opened the door, then you're not letting anybody else through. So what's the point?
It was honestly, it's just a broken door, to be honest.
And her fits don't eat either.
Oh, gosh.
Her fits don't eat. Her sayings don't eat. And, like, this is a hot take. I would prefer Taylor Rooks. I would prefer Chiney Agumake.
Well, Chiney had done it in years past. Or she was there in years past, and she wasn't last night, and I was like, what's going on?
I need somebody else on the side of the stage interviewing the women. I need them to be in the culture, and it would be just fantastic dialogues. Clips may go viral.
But instead we get Holly Rowe asking Hailey Van Lith about like random family stuff, and
Exactly.
and it's just so odd.
We know her father rented the gymnasium when he got off of work, and they worked out. We've heard that story 20,000 times. We don't need to hear it again. Ask a new question.
Or talk to the people whose stories we haven't heard. How many international players were there that got drafted high that didn't get those type of moments?
I know
Wait,
nothing
did they
about
interview that girl from
need
France?
To be educating.
They did, but watch this. I don't remember anything about it because there weren't any good questions asked.
Well, yeah, I have no idea. I don't even remember if they did. Well, the research they do is already information that was put out there 20 times so that they can just revamp it for the 21st. Just so we can all get the recap.
I hate it. And also, how do y'all feel about the large amount, at least in my opinion, of international players that were drafted?
I love it personally. I feel like like a lot of the bigger players that I think about when I think about older players that have really made a mark have been those few international players that have came over, and there's not that many of them. So I'm personally really excited to see more of them come over, especially when we're talking about seeing things that we haven't seen in the W before, like seeing more dunks, seeing more aggressiveness. Like, that is something that's very, like, special about the Euro leagues that I don't think we have here. So I'm excited to see how their play translates. But also just W fans need to learn more. Sorry. Like, I feel like every league needs to, like, fans get so pigeonholed. They're not willing to open up, especially in American League specifically. They're not willing to open up when it comes to international play. So anything that's going to open people's awareness when it comes to what's happening in the basketball world, I'm personally a fan of. And they're all really talented, high key.
I feel like I like it, but I do also feel like, how can you start internationally drafting girls when you don't even have set spots on teams? Like, are these girls that are the 30th pick going to be on their team? Maybe, maybe not. So how can you draft a girl from outside of the States without even having enough roster spots? Like, that just bothers me because, sure, fine, like, let's draft a girl from France, but will she be playing on the team that she gets drafted to in 3 weeks? Maybe, maybe not. And that is frustrating.
That so many of them opted into the draft because most of them just go straight to the Euro leagues, which makes much more sense in terms of reliability. So it's interesting to see that they want to come over here.
I think they might want to come now because of Unrivaled. To try and maybe bridge a way into getting into that.
That's a thought.
Or like revamping something. I don't know, or like growing something. Or bringing that back to Europe and doing that in Europe as well. I think that could be a possibility.
That's interesting.
That Stewie and Nafisa are scheming on.
Why do we always think that they're being corrupt? Specifically Stewie.
Well, they might have something out for Kathy now after that comment.
I would, personally.
And so would I.
Not that they probably didn't already have something out against her.
Oh, they definitely did, 100%.
Understood. Completely understood, but I'm torn. I think I'm still torn in regards to how I feel about the international players, the large amount of international players that, or at least were drafted relatively high, because on one end, like you said, I'm glad that it's globalizing the game more. We haven't seen that a lot. And it's bringing their style of play to the W, which is fantastic. However, like you said, our own players, there aren't even roster spots for our own players. So, you know, and like you said, these girls coming from France, they're uprooting their whole life to go to a training camp or whatever, and they don't even make the team, you know? So,
oh gosh, that would make me really upset if I saw that. Tragic,
but first of all, the dunker's going to make it just off rip.
Okay? Off rip, she has
a spot. But yeah, I'm really torn on that, and so that's one thing I think the WNBA needs to pay attention to is, okay, if we're starting to get more and more international talent, what are we going to do about these roster spots and these roster sizes? They have to do something about that, for sure.
I feel like they need to get better at like, this also just goes back to their horrible marketing in general, but promoting the significance of those international players. Like, for example, with Caitlin, she's the first Taiwanese player to be drafted. That's a big deal. And you would never saw anything about that coming from the WNBA. It was always those smaller content creators who were the ones to realize that and really amplify that and let people know what that meant. Like, there were so many moments like that in the draft that could have been capitalized on that just weren't. And then they wonder why people feel like they're not as DEI friendly as they claim to be and as they swear that they live by. And then you look at how they actually view their players and how they move through how they promote their players in this perfect white girl poster child that we've seen year after year after year. And it's like, what are we really doing?
Ugh.
I agree. I agree.
Really...
You're disgusted, Claude.
I really am, but it's like, what else am I supposed to feel? Like, these are people that are genuinely supposed to be lifting up women. Like, you're a woman. Like, I don't know. It just throws me off. I don't get it. Like, it's like hypocritical almost. Like, I feel like there's so many different, like, what is going through your mind, like, moments for me that I continue to have, and honestly, it's just so frustrating at this point. Like, I don't look forward to watching WNBA games ever. I think maybe now I am a little bit because there's people there that I want to see, but honestly, like, nothing draws me to be like, OMG, like, cannot wait, unfortunately.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to laugh at that, but that's so true.
But it's real. It's just really real. And it's upsetting because, like, you would, like, I'd rather watch a college game than watch a WNBA game because there's, like, I'm not, like, there's nowhere to even watch it. I was actually doing this today. I was like, can't wait to, like, watch all the games. I'm not paying $35 to watch a couple of games.
Absolutely not.
For the league pass, like, are you kidding? Like, you don't have anybody that is, you're not league pass worthy. Like, the NBA isn't even league pass worthy. Like, no one's that worthy of that. So, like, find another way to, like, get your stuff out there. Like, you don't even have enough out there. You just want to make money. And it's like, you're not doing that. Like, that's why Unrivaled has so many more fans than you guys do.
And the quality of League Pass sucks. Like,
yes.
It barely functions properly.
Well, on top of that, because it's also like, where are these women even playing? Like, in the back of a high school gym, some of them. Like, I don't understand, like, how you're having a WNBA game, like, in some jank gym. It's just, honestly, there's so many problems. There's so many issues, as we've discussed for many episodes now. And we continue to see them every time.
Oh my God. We can go on and on. We can go on and on with the WNBA
all day.
But we're sick of them. But like you said, I would much rather watch a college basketball game, specifically the women's, because nobody's watching the men, but the women's basketball of arena. And there's so much going on with that right now. And I just want to talk about Milyasia Fulwiley really quickly. Baby girl.
It got really hot today on the internet.
Baby girl. First of all, I'm going to let y'all talk. But I don't understand. Well, I do understand. But I don't understand what she thinks she's going to get elsewhere in terms of her development. I think it's as clear as day that she's not as committed to her development as a lot of us are.
I don't think so.
Because Dawn is all about development, pacing her. She sees the talent, but she needs to be paced. She needs to be developed. And then by her senior year, she could have been that girl. But now that she's ready to leave South Carolina, she's not going to get that development anymore. And so, yeah, I just don't quite understand what baby girl thinks she's going to get elsewhere, but she's going to be very disappointed by senior year, in my opinion. That's not even a hot take. I don't even think. I think we all know this.
Yeah. Well, I saw that she has the no contact tag on her, like, transfer portal stuff, which in my eyes and to a lot of other people means that usually they are already in contact with somebody. So to me, I don't know who that is, and I don't know where the right spot is for her. I do think that she is losing a huge opportunity right now, But I do think she had a little bit of fear after the girl from Florida State transferred, because they're essentially the same player, and clearly the girl from Florida State is a little bit more disciplined than she is when it comes to a lot of on-court and off-court items. So I don't know. I think so that definitely, I think, played a huge part in her entering the transfer portal, but also I don't know who she's speaking to about like where she's going. And I really don't know where the right fit is for her. I do think maybe getting out of South Carolina is a good fit due to the fact that she's from there. So I think experiencing something outside of that area will be good for her. Hopefully. I'm in high hopes for her.
The thing is, like, yes, I agree, but we also have to think about that transition she's going to deal with from leaving home.
Agreed.
Because what is this, it's about to be junior year?
Mm-hmm.
And so it may take her a little while to get used to not living in South Carolina, and she's not back to herself until senior year. So I just don't know. I think she's on social media a little bit too much. I think she's allowing outside noise to talk too much, because as social media has talked about all week, she's just not disciplined. And Claude, you talked about, she's just not disciplined. That's the challenge, because she's an incredible talent, but she's not disciplined on the offensive end or the defensive end. And that's a liability. That's not an asset.
Well, yeah, really, defense wins championships at the end of the day, and clearly they didn't win that this year.
No, you're good. But I feel like people telling her about herself is like I feel like she just didn't like that. It's like Dawn sitting her out a game because her defense was not the best was like something that it was just bad for her. Like, she just was not messing with it.
It's because no one's done that to her ever. It's an entitled player that has been the best on her team since she was born. So, and she has talent. Like, don't get any of us wrong. She has amazing talent. She's just not disciplined enough, and was never disciplined to understand that you're one day not going to get everything you think you are. Because you're not. Because she thinks she's that girl again. And, like, unfortunately, this is just another one of those cases where you have to have that reality check. And I think she caught a reality check really quick with Dawn.
Absolutely. So I really just need the men out there to know that there's more to Milyasia than the highlight reels. There's more to her game than the behind the back spin euro. Okay?
Yeah.
On the defensive end, she's getting beat. She is not in help defense.
Badly. I saw those clips. I was like,
dude, she's like asleep.
Girl,
yeah,
you are like not in. Where is the help? There was no help.
There was no help, and then oh no, and then Tessa Johnson just gets plowed over. It's really unfortunate. Poor thing.
But South Carolina, we're back up, y'all. Ladies, we're back up.
Yep.
We have the top scorer on the D1 basketball. She's going to cook. I'm sure Dawn was like,
dude, I think she's been plotting on her since the Florida season ended.
Brilliant.
I wouldn't be surprised.
She must have been. I mean, come on, I would have been plotting on her too, but you already know anyone would want to go play for Dawn, Gino, or Miss Kim down in LSU. I feel like they're the top three that are anyone's just willing to uproot their lives for. So I think it'll be good for her.
That's what makes me curious in regards to, like, who is Milyasia talking to? Where is she going?
I feel like, I don't know, I had this hot thought when we just started talking about this that it could be LSU, and I got really nervous in my mind.
I was thinking about it in my mind, and I was like,
she can't handle Kim.
That part. If she can't handle Dawn Staley, I don't see her handling Kim Mulkey.
And she can't handle Gino either. So, like, both of those, I feel like.
I wonder if maybe she'll try to hit, like, NC State. Maybe she'll go TCU, like all of our random friends do.
That wouldn't be shocking. Now, I'm like, which one wouldn't be shocking? Okay, TCU may be appropriate.
I honestly think maybe TCU at this point.
They just let anything fly down there, so.
Or Notre Dame, maybe.
Notre Dame.
Is Coach staying? Is Coach staying at Notre Dame? I can't remember, because I know something going on. Is Coach staying at Notre Dame?
I think she is.
Where did that Arizona coach just sign to? The coach from Arizona, she just
signed somewhere?
Yes, I was talking about this with one of our girls yesterday, and everybody transferred out of wherever she signed because she came in and was basically like, I don't want any of you guys and you all can leave.
That's insane.
Said something like that, and I was like, that's really hot. And then I was like, wow. But she apparently said that she only wanted this one girl, but then that girl ended up leaving. Because, like, basically she came in and was like, I don't care to have any of you guys here, so you can all enter the transfer portal and leave.
Wow.
But now there's a bunch of people coming into that school. I have to see. What is it called?
SMU?
It's SMU, yes. Yes.
What college is that?
Southern
Methodist University. Southern Methodist University. Yeah, they're not a big sexy team. Nobody's worried about SMU. But I still find that to be insane. I'm guessing she clearly wants to haul in a whole bunch of girls.
Well, yeah, she has like a bunch of a lot of new girls. And I was looking at the transfer portal and I was like, why are all these people going to SMU? And it's because she basically was like, you all can leave. And she's just bringing in a whole new squad, essentially. Which is great stuff for her, but I mean, a little bit crazy to be like, don't care to have any of you guys here. Like, that was a little bit mind-boggling for me. I just feel like that's a little bit like, wow, like harsh to come in and have a meeting and just be like, you guys can all go.
I mean, Chirac.
Well, I mean, I guess we'll see what happens. I mean, but see, so to me, like, that makes me feel like that in Arizona, it had to have been something like a little bit wrong. Like, there's like a problem here where they're all just like, let's all up and exit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she has some girl transferred in from Penn State, some Sanaya Jaw from Arizona she brought over, Anaya Brown. Yeah, she has like a bunch of random people.
Mm-hmm.
Paulina Paris. Yeah, so like a bunch of girls from Arizona are just now going to SMU, which seems like a lot of them rock with her, but also I don't know. The portal is hot right now is all I have to say. It really is hot. Like, Texas is getting a lot of girls. Like, some girl from FAU is now going to Texas. I was like, what is going on? Because I don't remember her being that good. Cody, what's her name? Cody's going to, I forget where she's going. The girl from Ohio State, she transferred somewhere.
I don't know.
I just forget. But it was heavy hitting. I just feel like a lot's going to happen.
Let me ask y'all a quick question. What do y'all think Flau'jae's announcement is? Because obviously she's not leaving LSU. But first of all,
her announcement was some BS like concert.
It was so...
Yeah, it's like she's like opening for somebody on tour or some shit.
For Boss Man D-Lo, and I was like, are you kidding? That cannot be the announcement.
That cannot be the announcement, ladies.
Listen.
That cannot be the announcement.
I mean, listen, you gotta milk your audience.
Yeah, but she said 4 out. She said 4 out.
Right, like...
So to me, that means 4 out. Like, we are out.
But then, like, I just checked her pros because it did say 4 out. She edited it, and now it says 4 junior year out. It didn't say that before.
Yeah,
she didn't think we were touching
4
that.
out.
It said 4 out. So she did that for a little publicity,
And I can't be mad about it.
But I can be, because we discussed this last time, and I was like, she does too much. And it bothers me because it's like, what, you're worried about opening a concert for Boss Man D-Lo in 4 cities? Like, this is what you're so excited about, and you're like raving about this, and I'm thinking you're transferring to go somewhere else.
Exactly.
Like, we don't care that you're opening for Boss Man D-Lo. Like, it doesn't matter to any of us. No shade, but like, really, like, it's a waste of my energy to get all excited about something.
That she's leaving, Miss Mulkey. We were going to get excited, and it's just not the case.
I know. I was like, what is this about to be? A team up somewhere? Like, I was getting excited, and she ruined it.
Yeah.
As she does, usually.
I would just like to say, I just read a tweet that said, with the 39th pick of the WNBA draft, the Rikers Island Prison selects Sedona Prince from TCU. And honestly, vibe.
It's a hell of a tweet. A hell of a tweet.
Wow.
At least they understood the assignment. They got it.
Wild.
Well, fortunately, all the WNBA front offices somehow understood the assignment, which was really flooring.
Article that the Time released like 2 weeks ago where they interviewed GM managers, they all said that they would still be willing to take her. So I'm very intrigued to see what that transition was. But a lot of people were saying, like, oh, well, like, even if you take out the allegations, which we're not taking out the allegations, especially when there's that many, you cannot say, let's take out the allegations. They're like, well, like, it makes sense because, like, her stats, yada, yada, she's 25, like, she's really immature for a 25-year-old. Like, why would they want to deal with that? Which is also valid. Because if I'm dealing with 21-year-olds and I'm trying to get them in order and you're 5 years older, I'm not trying to hear from you. Like, you need to be a little bit.
Oh gosh, she is so
You need to be
embarrassing.
somewhat of an adult by that point of your life, which we already know she is not. And she probably will never be, to be honest, based on how she behaves. But the amount of people who were making excuses for her, and it's like, where are the stats that you talk about? Because I'm not seeing them.
She is like, she's just so.
And even if they were there, guess what? She's like 5 years older than everyone she's playing against, and like 6'5". Like, take it into account.
Wait, pause. She's like 6'9". She is fully like 6'9".
Like,
or
I'd be
6'7"
surprised
or
if
something.
you weren't putting up numbers.
She's
playing
huge.
5 years younger than you and 6'9". Like, you should be embarrassed.
She's actually huge, and unfortunately, I don't understand how you foul out and have 4 points, and you're dead 6'9".
Okay, that's a problem.
Because what are you doing? You're just running up and down the court, like, looking for a layup. Like, you don't have to do that much.
Maybe that's what the team saw. They saw that 4-point performance when it mattered.
It had to have been, because that would have got me in that I would have wrapped it up there. I would have taken her off my draft list.
Anything goes at TCU, bro. I don't care.
That's why I'm like, maybe Lay. And that may be her new home.
That's so sad.
But I really think it's such an odd place for Olivia Miles.
Yeah.
Oof. I don't know if that was the right move for her.
I feel like I just can't see it. Like,
God, it's so unfortunate. Maybe they are paying her a lot of money. Maybe TCU has like this large fund of money also, because I feel like everything is cheaper in Texas, so it could really be like
you're thinking
something like this.
No taxes and stuff like that. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I think it has to be something like that, because there's no reason for her to have gone there.
Yeah.
She has no tie to that man or that school, so I don't know.
Because she could have gone anywhere else. I actually would have liked to see her in a UConn uniform. That's just me. If she's going to go. But yeah, TCU was an odd choice, so it has to be something like that. It has to be something underlying, because there is no way.
100%.
Or unless they're talking, like we said in the last episode, they need to do a little bit of networking and chit-chat with each other. And,
Dude, because no one knows how to network. Gosh, we need to give them a crash course, we said. We need to bring them on to a sports for the girlies with the girlies crash course.
Yeah, kind of like a workshop type deal.
Yeah, and we can give them a couple of pointers on multiple key pieces.
Areas. Yeah.
And we will hammer them home.
Like networking, media training,
social media presence, keeping your head in the game, essentially. Basketball is the main priority.
Yeah, all of that.
I'd really love to see what some of these teams' media training looks like.
Oof.
Because it varies so much. It's so bizarre.
There's no consistency in that area.
Well, I just don't think anyone, because it's so new, I feel like media's been done for so long, but I feel like in the day and age we are in, it's super new to a lot of people.
I feel like the bigger issue is that too many of the younger players are coming in thinking they already know all they need. Like, they're the experts on social media and, like, managing media. And they don't, like, they're already too far into, like, their social persona to, like, want to alter it or to change it or learn anything else. And it's like, one, you could probably make that 10 times better if you listen. But also, if you keep going the way you're going with no regulation, like, that's going to drive you down at some point. And I feel like another thing with Flau'jae, like, that's something that's always a concern. Like, you never know.
God, Flau'jae.
And to be that heavily reliant on social media, which is so up and down, like, you could lose all of your followers like that. And
Yeah,
what are you gonna do?
like, what's gonna happen to Flau'jae when she hits the league? Like, that's gonna be really the downfall of Flau'jae, I think.
I think it's gonna force her to make a bigger choice about how she wants to focus her time between music and basketball, and follow all your passions. Like, if you can do it, do it. But she's gonna have to figure out how to balance that at a different way. And I don't think she's gonna be able to do that, or I don't think she's gonna do it in a way that's able to sustain. Like, at some point,
I feel like she might walk away from basketball. That's
so you
one
really
point.
feel like she's not locked in at all. You've been saying she's not locked in, but walking away.
I don't think she's locked in, but I feel like after this year, if she's not like really like giving like she cares, like if they don't really win anything this year, or like anything really happens for them, I feel like she's just gonna maybe just let it rock and just be like, forget it. Like, I don't want to pursue this anymore, honestly. And I can see her doing that, which is crazy. But
yeah, I mean, if she doesn't ball out this year, this is a hot take. It's a possibility that she won't get drafted. I don't mean to throw that out there.
Well, yeah.
But if she doesn't ball out, if she doesn't show us something, there are only so many spots.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't see her going overseas and trying to grind and get back. No, she's going to drop. Like Big Claw said, she's going to definitely drop the game.
I think
but it's interesting.
She might do Unrivaled. I think she might try that.
She may try Unrivaled, and I'm thinking like that's a big part of her brand is this idea of balancing both worlds. I think that was a song or an album or something. She wants to be this person that could do both, you know. And cool, love it, but I need you to do both at a high level.
Right.
Heck, at least do basketball.
Do one of them at a high level.
At a high level. Okay. So that's my issue with Flau'jae. I need her
and I feel like, how can Kim, as her coach, not be instilling more of that?
I feel like Kim is definitely on her about this. Like, there is no way she's not. Because if I were Kim, knowing how she is, I'd be like, do you want to be here or not? Like, and have they've probably had really serious conversations like that. She's probably been like, yeah, like, you know, I want a ball. And she does. Because sometimes she locks in and she's there. Then there's other times where I'm really like sitting down and I'm like, this is concerning. Like, there was no need to do this whole publicity like, OMG, I'm literally going to open for Boss Man D-Lo. Like, that was so far from necessary and such a distraction. Like, again, that's just distraction after distraction. Like, if this isn't already in Kim's player handbook, I don't know what the deal is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's going to be in there in a few years, I think.
Do you think she'll still be coaching in a few years?
100% will be. Kim's not giving it up.
Unfortunately. I
honestly am starting to feel like some people need Kim in their lives. Like, some of these girls need Kim.
They do. And as much as I hate to admit it, because I don't really want her around, that type of energy definitely it grounds people, and some of them need that grounding.
Flau'jae needs that grounding bad, really bad.
Yeah,
it's just unfortunate.
So before we leave, what's your last hot take of the day? It could be about women's basketball. It could be about sports in general. Well, Claude, you already gave us your hot take. Really, you said that the Dallas Wings, they will win 36-37 games, and they are winning the WNBA championship.
That's going to happen. That's not even a hot take. I already know that's going to happen. Predicting the future, if you will.
Yeah. Well, I can say, do you all have any hot takes? I don't want to make y'all try to, do something you don't want to do. But do you have a hot take in sports right now?
New York is going to do bad this season.
Ooh,
I'm thinking
I like that.
I'm thinking that too. But Natasha Cloud is on that team, so I really love Natasha down.
Why I'm like, but
Natasha's one of my top players in the W.
Yeah.
As she should be.
But I will say I do kind of agree with that hot take.
I like that a whole lot.
I'm trying to think about what percent of this draft class I think is going to get cut before the season starts.
Ooh.
That too.
That's my thought right now. Because a lot of these players are looking really good, but some of them, like, are you going to make it? Like Harmony,
Yeah.
I want to see her make it so bad. Is she going to make it? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm worried.
I'm gonna say like half of them. Is that a
You
lot
think that
or a little
many?
bit?
Yeah, I
Oh
agree.
no, I feel so bad.
I feel like there's always a lot. Maybe not.
No, there are always a lot that don't
Mhm.
make it. Like literally top 10 players don't make it. Like
Yep.
I'm saying like
oh my gosh, it's just so frustrating. I hate the WNBA. Oh,
Is that how we're leaving? Is that how we're going out?
that's how we're
Yeah, I mean,
going out.
it was kind of the theme of the day. I think, if I'm being honest, we talked about how much we can't stand Kathy and her decisions, and really her legacy. What is Kathy's legacy?
She doesn't have a legacy.
Like, nothing.
She has a failing legacy. She's just a failure.
Her one claim to glory is expansion. That's her one thing.
She didn't even expand. Like, this is so slow. This expansion is so slow.
But that's what she says every time.
Yes, she expanded, but the strategy of it all was just
crappy.
There was none.
Yeah.
There was none. That is, yeah, right on.
Yeah, so once again, we can't stand Kathy. We are asking for another petition to be started, and we'll lead it.
Well, you should just start it, because this is just terrible. It's embarrassing.